There are three main reasons why the guide must be philosophical. Philosophy offers a perspective on the arts that is able to transcend the diverse art forms, treating what is common to visual art, music, literature, architecture, dance, theater, and film. Philosophy provides criteria by which art can be distinguished from activities and objects that resemble but are not works of art. There are fundamental differences between art and craft, art and entertainment, and art and propaganda. We need philosophical analysis to explain those differences. Studying the nature of reality, whether alone or in conjunction with another subject, requires philosophy. What is philosophy? In the ancient Greek language, philosophy literally means love of wisdom. Listen to Plato's characters Socrates and Glaucon in Book 6 of the Republic. They are talking about the nature of genuine philosophers.
We should begin, as we said before, by determining their basic nature. Once we agree about that, then, if I am right, we can agree that this combination of qualities is possible. Only those people should rule the Republic. Do you agree that by nature philosophers love to know what endures, the essence of things, rather than wandering between what comes into existence and passes away?
Yes, I agree about that.
Then, can we also agree that they love all of reality and that they are unwilling to relinquish any part of it, whether great or small or more or less important? We've already illustrated this point with examples of various kinds of lovers.
That original meaning of philosophy is easily displaced by more narrow definitions generated by people who are only interested in promoting themselves and their own special interests. They pretend to be lovers of wisdom, but they actually love power, fame, and money. The ancient Greeks seem to have had the same problem. Socrates says, "The greatest and most severe attack on philosophy comes from the very people who pretend to practice it." Philosophy is the property of all people, not a pursuit limited to the ivory tower. Those who pretend to love wisdom can be recognized by their attempt to exclude anyone who has not been inducted into their group, usually by paying large fees and acquiring the proper credentials. Socrates tried to do just the opposite by taking philosophy into the agora, the marketplace. Even a casual reading of Plato's dialogues shows that philosophy does not come easily. It requires the most rigorous and disciplined kind of thinking, often leading to frustration and the painful awareness that what seems to be true is not. In order to acquire wisdom, we must go beyond the surface of things and seek what is real. Here's a working definition. Philosophy is the rational analysis, synthesis, and justification of fundamental concepts and principles. Each of these terms requires explanation. By rational analysis, I mean that the rules of logic apply here. Artists seem to follow their intuitions, instincts, passions, feelings, and hunches. For them, mythos is more important than logos. But logical reasoning is necessary for philosophy. However, logic itself needs explanation because it takes more than one form, and not all of its forms are of equal value. I will explore the concept of dialectic, one of the forms of logic, more fully in Chapter 6. The arts are especially important for the synthetic dimension of philosophical thinking. Unifying diverse impressions by a common idea is an intuitive act, emerging from the imagination. Philosophy and science are impotent without the images that integrate individual sensations